Hello everybody, welcome to Beograd, welcome to Marina Coronati here on the Adriatic coast. This Patrol 860 next to me here is a very special boat that's been working with our colleagues at Emergency for a number of years now. Emergency provide backup to the emergency services, search and rescue, towing operations, boat recovery operations. This boat has a very hard life. It does an awful lot of very good work down here. Come with me, we'll go on board and we'll show you some of the modifications for this commercial Patrol 860. So let's take a walk around, more detailed look at this Patrol 860 used by Emergency down here in Beograd. First thing you can see is the enormous bow tow post, huge tow post. This boat does an awful lot of towing, alongside towing long tows. We'll get to the stern tow post in a second. Big high bow. Our patrol hull, remember, 26-degree dead rise, huge lifting strakes, extremely dry ride, beautifully supple, beautifully soft, a really nice place for a commercial operator to be for a prolonged period of time. Come back to our hardtop here that we actually built the first version of this for the guys here at Emergency, and you can see that they've slightly modified the hardtop. They've put in canvas sides, drop down sides, so when the weather does turn, they have good protection. They can keep themselves out of the worst of the weather. Gives them protection from the sun down here, which is also quite an important factor when you're working on this boat all day long. Flip up and drop down, working seat arrangement there. 90% of its life it will be in the stand-up position. These guys are working, so they stand on their knees. Rear bench is there, amazing storage, really good storage options. Self-draining, you can see that. All of our patrol hulls are self-draining. Look at the size of that tow post. Look at the tow post. Super strong, super strong. Commercial side ladder. If they're doing diving recovery operations, that side ladder is invaluable for those guys. Easy, safe access on and off of this boat. Honda 250, such a reliable engine, such a good workhorse, really economical, perfect choice for commercial users. They don't need to do 50 knots. What they need to have behind them is something they trust, something they know isn't going to let them down, and something that has the grunt to tow. Sometimes they're towing 40-50 foot motor cruisers with this boat in really harsh conditions, so to have that reliability is really important for these commercial guys. Stepping on board, you can see straight away the handhold area here on this hardtop. So this hardtop, they've got that orange flasher, obviously their branding in the flagpoles, as you can see there. Searchlights, really nice working area. Actually, it's weight bearing for them if they need to carry a stretcher. Not with anyone on it, obviously, but if they need to carry an empty stretcher, it's a really good location for that. Functional console. If we come around and see here, functional console, steering in the center, really nicely balanced driving position. Look at the freeboard. Look at the freeboard. You come down here, you can see that there's a real good area of freeboard before the tubes are attached, so this boat sits nice and high in the water, which again is important. It gives them really good buoyancy, the really good ability to load this boat up with weight when they're out working. Big bow locker, huge storage locker, which these guys obviously use from a commercial point of view to store a lot of their working belongings, washdown pumps, spare ropes, spare jerry cans. You could see there inside that locker the separate anchor locker with its own divider. And again, look at the size of this bow post. Look at how strong that bow post is. Very strong. This boat's been working now for 2 or 3 years down here, and you can see it's stood up really quite well. If you look at the emergency website, that'll give you a really good idea of what these guys get up to down here. It really is a dedicated rescue service for broken down cruisers, broken down charter boats, big motor cruisers, big sailing vessels. Huge stern locker, as with all of our patrols. Look at the storage in there. Look how much space they have. All of their rigging components, all of their necessary parts for commercial work. Really easy to see, easy to access. Fuel filters, everything you need to get your hands on is right there. It's a huge amount of space all the way aft, and you can see that our tow post here is actually stepped all the way down to the keel of this boat, so that strength runs right through the chassis of the vessel. Beautifully beamy, huge amount of working space, monstrous space. It's a beautiful boat as a commercial platform. You spin around here, look at that space. Such a tidy, such a clean working area. Easy for these guys if they need to move around the console, shifting lines, tow lines, getting alongside a vessel that's in distress. Just a really perfect working platform. The roll bar is extremely strong, capable of towing smaller loads, capable of towing smaller dinghies. Tow point on the top here with the top light. Navigation lights obviously in port and starboard side of this vessel. Again, look at that 250, it just works. It's an 8.6 meter rib. This boat will still do 42 knots with a single Honda 250. Commercial propeller on there. This boat isn't designed for top speed, it's designed to grip. They want grip when the weather out there, as you know, on the Adriatic coast can be horrendous. They want grip in the water. This boat is Cat C or Cat B, depending on how you want to certify. Different numbers of passengers, obviously, different weight characteristics. And this boat down here on Croatia, it really stands out, you know. You know when emergency is coming to get you. This boat, everybody recognises. That concludes our little tour of this Special 860. See you next time. So, some people say that it's not a real rib if you put a hard top on it. Stay out in the weather, stay out in the rain. Well, here we are, down on the Croatian coast. October cloudburst, absolutely mega rain. This is why there are some serious advantages to a hard top. The rain is falling that heavily that it can't drain quickly enough out of the self-draining scuppers. And here we are under here, perfectly dry, perfectly warm. Look at that rain, look at that rain. Thunderstorm, the wind's picked up, perfectly dry, perfectly comfortable. It's quite a nice place to be actually, it's quite a relaxing sound, the rain on the roof. Yeah, so don't dismiss a hardtop until you've sat under one in conditions like this.